Hey everyone, it's me Yosef with the Haba Farm. It's been a while since I've done a video like this. I hope you're doing well. I wanted to give you guys a quick update on what's going on the farm and talk to you guys about the CSA and a couple of updates and announcements. First, I want to talk to you guys about the Grasshopper update. Everyone obviously knows what's going on with the Grasshoppers. It has been absolutely insane. Never seen anything like this before. But it feels like we are starting to make some serious progress against them, and starting with our recovery. I think our method of running, it's such an odd method. Many of you guys have seen the videos of us actually running through the greenhouses with the bins, and we've been able to get an enormous amount of grasshoppers out. And we're doing that every single morning and every single evening, which is a lot of work, but we're able to get almost 5 pounds of grasshoppers when we do that. And in the morning, we're getting about a pound every single time we do it now. So now that it's getting lower and lower, so we are getting less and less grasshoppers. We're noticing less and less pressure, and so it feels like we are making some really good progress on the grasshopper front, which is great. However, there are lasting effects of, you guys saw the article that I wrote last week and I posted on Facebook. I also sent it in the newsletter about the grasshopper update and about all of the plants that are being destroyed or have been destroyed. And it's a very, very sad situation. This is probably the most difficult summer we've ever had. Not only is it really hot, but it's just very, very difficult. These grasshoppers are destroying everything, and it's got us kind of really down. We came into the spring and summer season the best prepared we've ever been. I mean, we were fully planted and weeded, and the crops were looking so good, and the tomatoes got in, and the peppers, and all these things, and just it looked like it was going to be an absolutely amazing season, and it's just it hasn't turned out that way. But thank God we were as prepared as we were, because if we weren't as prepared as we are or were, then the CSA shares just would not have been as tremendous as they've been. They've been still very good, even with the decimation of so many crops. The CSA shares have still been good. The farmers market's still been good. No, we don't have the variety we want. No, we don't have the abundance that we want. But it's still looking pretty good. It's still not bad. And we are making some serious changes to recover from this. The first one is, keep in mind, many of you saw that we're not doing the flour anymore. That's done and over with. That was an absolute... well, the flour, like using it wasn't a disaster, but the fallout from using the flour was absolutely one of the most it was one of the most horrendous situations that we've ever dealt with. It was the people that attacked us. It's unbelievable. People are allergic to shellfish. So what about all the farmers that use fish emulsion on their crops? People are allergic, obviously, and have severe reactions to so many chemicals. What about all of the farms that use chemicals on their crops? I literally got completely and utterly lambasted and attacked and threatened, and our business suffered by bad reviews and all of these things because I chose to make the purest decision I possibly could. I literally had no idea, nor did I even think about, celiac or gluten, or, I mean, that wasn't on my mind. Never even thought about it. It's not part of my world. But I tried to make the absolute purest decision I could absolutely make, without compromising, without using chemicals, without destroying the biology, without destroying beneficial pests, beneficial bugs and insects, and by using certified organic, pure flour. And we just got the 2 weeks that we went through with that was awful. It was just simply, I have nothing else to say besides it was awful and mean. It was mean and cold and gross. And it's like the community, not all celiacs, but like that, the people that came out of the woodwork to attack us, people from that never heard of us, who were from different states. They just, man, the emails that we got and the threats that we got and the TikTok videos that were made about us and the Instagram videos and the internet website articles that were written about us, and the fact that they were trying so hard to destroy our farm and get the news stations and do whatever it is they were trying to do was just, it was so gross. It was so immoral, and I don't know, it was a very painful experience. I mean, having Hava was in tears multiple times, and I mean, the things that people said to us, like we're horrible, evil human beings, that how dare we try, put their kids at risk, and I don't know, it was pretty gross. But anyway, I'm sorry to go on about that, but we're not doing the flour anymore. And mostly because it works, but it doesn't work enough to make it worth the effort of cleaning it and all that stuff. And plus, we couldn't get it clean perfectly, so we're no longer doing it. And so starting next week, there should be absolutely zero trace. We haven't done it in 2 weeks, or in over a week now. And there should not be a single trace of flour in anything that we grow, and we'll probably never do that method again. But anyway, that's just something for you guys to know. As for the recovery efforts, we're continuing to run through the greenhouse and get all those grasshoppers. We're also going to be changing some of our varieties. We're noticing what they're eating and what they're not eating. So possibly an increase in things like arugula, cilantro. We're doing different kinds of lettuces, so we're doing salad mix instead of doing the large leaf lettuce. So that'll be smaller lettuce, and some of you will absolutely love that because it's even better. We're gonna do some more quick crops, so things that grow really fast, in order to catch us up. So that means more turnips and radishes and things of that nature. And we're also going to be using, we're using row cover on every single new planting that we have. So what's going to happen is for the next 3 weeks or so, I think we're going to still be a little bit down. We're still going to be a little bit suffering on the varieties and the abundance. However, we're still going to, we're still going to have a nice CSA, I think. But then after three weeks or so, we're going to start having more of those quick crops. More lettuces and more radishes and things like that. Those will hopefully start to mature around that time, and so then the shares might get a little bit larger, and then we'll just continue the process going into fall. And as far as fall is concerned, the other thing that we're doing too is overhead. We're doing overhead irrigation instead of drip, and that seems to knock down it cools down the grasshoppers and it slows them down. And that allows them to, or allows the plants to recover, and so they're not attacking the plants as much. So that is one thing that that we're doing as well. As far as the CSA is concerned, I already talked a little bit about it last week. In my opinion, last week was not that great, although we still got some people that said, well, the CSA this week was wonderful, and I'm glad that you enjoyed it. It was below our standards, so those who are new members, please know that this is below our standards. This is not what we set out to do. But it was, for me, it was a little bit disappointing. And, again, for the next 3 weeks or whatever, we're going to have a little bit of a struggle. There's so many crops that got decimated. It's just, it's unbelievable how fast those grasshoppers can destroy. I guess this is the worst in 40 years. So it's been pretty bad. But anyway, once we get through it, I think fall, as we head towards fall, and I'm not just talking about the fall season, but I'm also talking about the fall end of the summer. So the summer season goes all the way until the end of September. So I think once we get to mid-August, September, I think we'll be past this. I think that the way that we're making the changes that we're doing now are going to really be beneficial for that time. And I think we're going to have a good ending to the season. I think we're having a really rough time now, but I think the ending of the season is still going to be fantastic, and I'm looking forward to that, and I hope you're looking forward to that as well. Going into the fall, I have no qualms about the fall. I think the fall is going to be fantastic. In fact, because of the way that we've been doing things heading in from winter and spring into summer, and the way we were prepared, we're doing the same thing heading into fall, and I think fall might be the best fall we've ever had. And then I have really high expectations for the winter as well. So getting past this situation, moving into the fall, going into the winter, I think that things are going to be absolutely fantastic. I really do think that, I believe that that things are going to turn around. So we're just having a little bit of bump in the road right now. I appreciate all the patience. I appreciate all the kindness. I appreciate all the support. But we'll get through this together, and it's going to be great on the other side. As far as, here's a newsletter update. We have a newsletter update. I'm going to do it every 2 weeks. So we're going to move to bi-weekly newsletters. To be honest with you, writing all the articles is exhausting. It's a lot of work. I put a lot of work into those newsletters. And I put a lot of work into writing all the articles and doing all the gardening tips and all those things. And I think that I'll get more readership if I do it bi-weekly. It's probably too much to go every week. And so what I'll do is I will send out, hopefully I'll send out a video and, the harvest list and the basic, a basic update every week. And then every other week that will be coupled with the newsletter, and we'll do new articles and all those kinds of things. So if you guys are enjoying that, please let me know if you're enjoying the articles and stuff, because sometimes I feel like I'm shouting into an empty audience. I don't know who's actually reading it, but I do put a lot of work into them. So if you enjoy them, if you have any questions about them, I would love to hear your feedback. It would be very beneficial to me. Okay, so that's what's going to happen with the newsletter. And the last thing is I want you to put in your calendar. It's early now, but September 22nd, if you missed the Summer Fest, which wasn't much you didn't miss much. We got hailed out and rained out, and it was cold. It was literally the coldest day in July I've ever experienced, probably in my entire life. I mean, I was from New Hampshire, and I've never seen a cold day in July like we did at the Summerfest. We just got so lucky to get destroyed. The hail crushed us, and it was so cold. You could see your breath. I was frozen. My feet were like numb because I was going through all the ice. It was all ice water on the ground. That was the most miserable festival ever. We were supposed to have 3,000 people there. We ended up having just over 1,000, like 1,100, 1,200. And, oh man, it was so miserable. I felt so bad for all the vendors. But we're going to have another one, the Fall Fest. We're going to have it September 22nd. So it's a little bit earlier than we usually do. But I think the weather is really great in September, and plus that'll help us to avoid all of the high holidays which are happening in October, the Jewish high holidays. And so September 22nd, that's a Sunday. It's going to be from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. So it's 5 hours this time, more spread out. We're going to have all the same preparation we had for the summer, but it's going to be even bigger. We're hoping, we think, because we're going to have all the stuff to build on. We still have so many of the supplies from the Summerfest, like all the s'mores and all of that stuff we still have, and we're leaving up a lot of our tents and a lot of the things that we have done to prepare for the Summerfest. So preparing for the Fall Fest is going to be much easier, and we're going to have more vendors and more demonstrations and all that stuff. I mean, the Summerfest was supposed to be the biggest fest we've ever had. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. Can't really control the weather. We were only supposed to get 30% rain that day, but it ended up being Oh man, it ended up being awful. Those of you that came, I'm so grateful for you. I appreciate you guys so much. I'm so grateful that you guys came out, and so many people were like, no, no, this is wonderful. We're having a great time. And I was just so down. It was awful. I felt so bad for everybody because we put so much work into it, and all the vendors came out, and oh man, it was just, I hope and I pray that you guys will spread the word and that you'll come out for the Fall Fest and make our Fall Fest that success that we were supposed to have in the summertime. And it's all about raising money for families in need. I mean, 100% of the donations and all of the money that's raised, all of the vendor fees, all of the admissions, all of the sales of the s'more kits, and all of the everything, all the hay rides and all of the zip line rides and everything that happens is all 100% to feed families in need. So all that money, we don't even touch it. It goes straight to feeding families in need. It helps ACI. This is our major fundraiser. So if you guys can clear your schedule on September 22nd from 2 to 7, it would be such a blessing, not just to me and our farm, but of course to the whole community, to the families that need you, the families that are receiving all those donated shares. They need it, we all need it, the community needs it, and it's something really good to do. It's a great time. Come on out. $2 to get in, which is nothing. It's pocket change, but that $2 is just a donation. Hey, it's like, hey, I'm here. Here's $2 going straight to families in need, you know. And then you come in, you see all the demonstrations. There's a bounce house, there's kids activities, there's face painting, there's hay rides, there's zip line rides, there's s'mores, there's a big bonfire. All of those things are going to be going on. Live music. It's going to be an awesome, awesome time. So if you guys can come out for that, it would be so awesome. All right, guys, that's all I've got for now. I hope that you guys are still enjoying the CSA. I am super grateful for all of your support and your continued love and your continued prayers and your continued support of our farm. And I am very, very grateful for you. We're all grateful for you. The whole family is, all the farm team, all the employees. We're all grateful for you. So thank you so much for everything that you guys do to make this possible. And that's all I've got for now. So hopefully I'll see you guys next week. I love you all. God bless you all. Have a wonderful day. Talk to you later.